Hey everyone, Steve Taylor, Financial Dad here. So we made it through the new year. Hopefully you made it through all those family events and all the challenges and the blessings that come along with having a loving, wonderful family. And so now here we are beginning of the year and we're starting out. And really one of the biggest topics that comes up for me, for my clients and for people I'm working on is, okay, it's my New Year's resolution. I want to start budgeting, right? I want to get my numbers together better. So budgeting really for most people is a four-letter word. It's not really that easily understood if you really haven't really been raised on a budget, right? And then everybody, you can watch videos and different techniques and things telling you what to do, but it really doesn't make any impact on you. So when it comes to budgeting, I have a real simple process that you can really just implement right away, and it's actually going to work. So number one, what we're going to do is if we're going to try to stick within a budget, number one, we're going to stop using those credit cards, right? The problem with credit cards is you spend first and you pay later, right? And so you really have, there's no constraints. Only your credit limit's the only constraint. And some people, it's not even that, right? So you really need to stop using your credit cards when you're trying to do this. Number two, what you start doing is you start setting up, we call it envelopes, buckets, accounts, whatever they might be. You take certain sums of money, you put it into certain accounts, or you earmark them for these purposes, and you only use those monies for those purposes. For example, housing, right? Housing should be about 30, 35%. Put that in a separate account. Food, wherever your food might be, typically 10 to 15%. Put that into a separate account. Get together your other expenses, put those into categories, put those into accounts, and fund those goals with typically an account or maybe however you want to do it with an envelope. And what makes this easy is that when you fund it with that envelope, that's all the money you have for that item. Okay, so that's all that you use. Number three, when you're going through this and you're setting up these routines, these buckets, these allocations, constantly come back and work through them and review them. Make sure they were correct, because many times you might be able to set up a bucket, you set up an allocation, but it wasn't correct, right? So you didn't, you have, you're unnecessarily constraining yourself. So make sure you review and revisit these. And then number four, really one of the biggest things about creating this, let's not call it budgeting, but let's call it just, be able proper spending, is you should have an accountability partner, right? Go through someone, talk to them about it, talk to them how you're spending their money, find out how they're spending their money, right? And help each other out to set up these buckets. Because if you take that money and you allocate it into these buckets first, by definition, and you don't use your credit cards, you can't overspend and go over your budget, right? So please do this. Please start. Okay. It's not that hard. You probably have a couple accounts set up. Maybe take cash out of the account, or one of your buckets can be Venmo. One of your buckets can be PayPal, right? Wherever you have money, heaven forbid, it could be your betting account, right? To say, okay, that money's my entertainment money, and I know whatever's left there at the end of the month I can use. But set those up. It's a really easy and simple way to follow these budgets, okay? But don't just keep doing what you've been doing, which is put everything on one or two credit cards and then figure out how to pay it at the end of the month, because that doesn't help you, doesn't get you anywhere. So I hope you find this helpful. Good luck, folks.